Welcome to Stock Shots. We're so pleased to have as our guest tonight Mr. Nick Santiago of InTheMoneyStocks.com.
Hey, Nick, thanks for being with us on Stock Shots tonight.
Pleasure to be with you, James. Pleasure to be with you.
Nick, we've seen some great action in the markets, and everybody wants to know, is this simply a bear market rally, or have we charted new bull territory?
Well, it's been quite a run. I mean, nobody could dispute that. We're looking actually for a little correction now and think we're going to get another run into the summer. And then we think we're going to hit some real good turbulence, possibly late July or maybe even September, October time frame. Usually the cycles generally peak around that time. Even seen that in 2007. 2007, we had a big move up in July to around 1550 on the S&P 500 before having a big major pullback, then another run-up into October before the bear market really began.
Well, you know, we've heard a range of forecasts here from seeing another new low sometime before the fall to really seeing the S&P potentially get over 1100. Do you think that's really possible?
I think the S&P has a shot to get to 1100. I don't really see it going much more than that on this entire move this year. And as for a new low, if it does not happen in the fall of 2009, I think we will see it in the fall of 2010.
So you're definitely bearish overall then?
Yes, overall, absolutely. I think that the market has gone very far, very fast, almost too far, and I never really liked the bottom that was put in this market. Although we were looking for a big rally in the beginning of March, and that certainly did go further than we expected, but we've been a little bit bearish looking for a correction over since April 20th, and really just got a one-day correction, April 20th. And since then, the market has pushed to new highs, and I do feel that this market is very, very extended, extremely overbought on, you know, every count, every stock. We've had doubles and triples go on in a lot of these stocks, especially the financials. And really, the reality of it is it's just, you know, this new form of make-believe accounting that's going on. And I think later on, you can't really bail yourself out of a problem that has already, you know, you can't bail yourself out the same way that you got here.
Well, now, Nick, you said you didn't like the bottom. What didn't you like about it? Was it low volume, or was it the fact that we just bounced up in somewhat of a V fashion?
It's definitely a V bottom, and I'm looking at a chart right now as we speak, but you can just see that really never made a capitulation-type bottom. It was just like, boom, March 6th, March 9th, let's just go higher. And it feels like the world was looking for it. I mean, I was looking for it, but I was looking for more of some kind of capitulation-type volume, a big bottoming tail. Really, we just did not see any of that. It was a bottom that I feel can, should it get tested again, may not hold.
Well, that would really be scary, because I think, you know, what I've seen is a lot of people were really, really scared when we got to that bottom. We were seeing the markets kind of just slowly grind downward. And people were beginning to kind of accept that, and now it seems like we've picked confidence back up, all on the back of this rally.
Yeah.
And I think to me, you know, with some of the investors that we talk to, I think the next down move is going to be more of a shock than the initial one. Do you think that's a possibility, and that could cause us to really accelerate on the downside?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, you're seeing people that were I get a lot of people calling me up with 401ks and retirement plans, and they say, hey, I pulled my money out around 660. We were looking for a 662 bottom. Was 4 points shy. And now, you know, I called 875 and 888 as big levels. Today we took out that level. So right now you're squeezing it up, and everybody's getting on board. A lot of, you know, the public money, people that are not technicians, and you're getting a lot of, I think all the sentiment indicators are all very, very, you know, bullish right now. And that to me is when I'm getting bearish.
Well, I think that's a good point. I think, you know, as I was moving around the net today, I saw several people talking about all of this money that's on the sidelines beginning to flow in. And I got a question for you based on that. Back in March, if you looked at basically any chart, I mean, when I would go through my charting package, there were times that the 200-day moving average was not even on the screen on a daily chart.
Absolutely. It was very far from it.
Now we're beginning to see some of that, somewhat of some normalcy restored. Will there be a violent snap that returns us back to that, or is some of this money going to come in and follow the technicians for a while and maybe, for lack of a better term, artificially inflate us over the summer?
Well, I think right now we are seeing an inflation, re-inflation rally, if that's even a word. But you see it in oil, you see it in steel, you see it in copper. Copper is always a very, very good leading indicator. Everything has rallied, even the financials here. But I think once you get to the fall area, even July, I would be very, very cautious even July. I'm cautious now. I think you could get a very, very good correction here. But I do not think the lows will be taken out. I think it will just give us another buying opportunity. And then, we will hit that final apex where the market just isn't going to go anymore and reality will come home to roost.
Well, let's talk about the commodities, and let's specifically talk about oil and nat gas. This time last year we were really beginning to accelerate to the upside. We've heard the inflation-deflation argument on our show. It looks like now, and I think I've heard you say this in an interview about a month ago, we're in the reflation with some of these commodities. Mm-hmm. Can that hold with China's demand, or is that going to follow along the same path as the stock market? Is we're going to reflate for a while and then we're going to come back down hard?
Sure. Well, you got to remember what happened to the market when oil hit $147. I mean, really, right there, people could say it was oil that brought the market down. I don't think it was, but I think it was a major contributor. If you're going to see major hikes in all of these commodities, it's definitely going to weigh on the market overall. There's no way this country or this world economy now can sustain job losses and, swine flu. Who knows what is next out there? You always have to prepare for the X factor that we don't know about. And if you get commodities and gasoline starts to move higher or nat gas starts to move higher, it's going to weigh on the people's personal bank accounts. First of all, the United States has no savings whatsoever. Everybody here is in debt. So I just don't see where they're going to how this is going to work out by just reinflating this market. The Fed has pumped a ton of money into this economy, which is great in the short term. I guess they're going to try and reduce spending later on, but right now we're spending boatloads of money. You can't correct something by doing more of the same. And if you notice, these financials have just gone through the roof. And based off of what? Did things turn around, on March 6th? Was that it? And things are all better now? I don't think so.
Well, one of the things I was going to ask you is as we move into the announcement of the stress test Thursday after the market close, will that impact the way you trade on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday I probably will be a little bit more cautious, stand aside, but I still think that this market is, if we rally up into Thursday, I'll be shorting more. I'm already net short. I'll be shorting more come Thursday. What
sectors do you like to short right now? If you had to short one sector, what would it be?
NASDAQ.
You think that the NAS is overdone?
Overdone. It's up 500 points since March 6th. NASDAQ is way overdone. Great move. I'm not going to take anything from this move. I was bullish in March and into April, and April 20th I said that's it. This thing needs to correct. This is not helping any longer, and they're still extending this rally. So I think we could be due for a good correction, especially in the NASDAQ. NASDAQ has run very far, very fast.
If the market,
I wouldn't be surprised if today was a short-term top.
For the rest of this video, please visit our website at www.stockshotz.tv. That's www.stockshotz.tv. Thank you for listening.